Michael Imhotep, IMHOTEP. We're also broadcasting right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio here in Detroit. Okay, so the trailer for the long-awaited Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, dropped this past week, and it was viewed 172 million times in 24 hours. 172 million times in 24 hours. NBC News has a good article about this. You know, we posted about this on our Facebook fan page, The African History Network, The African History Network, and I posted about it on my personal page as well. So we're going to talk some about this. There's some controversy surrounding the movie. You have some fans who are upset because Chadwick Boseman's character of T'Challa, he played the Black Panther, is not going to be recast. You have some fans saying that they're going to boycott the film, which to me really doesn't make sense to boycott the movie. And when you talk to Ryan Coogler, the director, when you talk to cast members, they didn't feel that T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman's character, should be recast. They felt that he was irreplaceable. But also, now we have a spoiler alert for you. We have a spoiler alert for you that we're going to get into in the show. There was a piece from hotnewhiphop.com that talks about how a new Lego set featuring the Wakanda Forever characters could give us a preview of who will be filling the shoes of the Black Panther. We'll talk about that here as well. Then also, you know, we got the news today that 11-time NBA champion Bill Russell, who also worked for the civil rights movement, passed away at age 88. We got the news today. He's an 11-time NBA champion. I know, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, Michael Jordan was the greatest of all time. And Michael Jordan was great. But they say Michael Jordan won 6 championships. But they oftentimes leave out Bill Russell, who won 11 championships. Okay, so I find that interesting. They just skip over Bill Russell. And I remember there was a story maybe last year, and it was on social media, and people talking about Michael Jordan and the 6 rings. Bill Russell posted a picture of him with his 11 rings. Shut all that nonsense down. Okay, so we'll talk about Bill Russell passing away as well at age 88, and he was also one of the first African-American NBA coaches as well. Then we got the news today that Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, Nichelle Nichols, she passed away on Saturday, if I remember correctly. She passed away on Saturday at age 89, Nichelle Nichols. We know she had been ill. I posted a couple of articles in the past about her being ill, Nichelle Nichols. She's an icon. And I'm going to share an interview that Nichelle Nichols did talking about how she, after the first season of Star Trek, keep in mind, Star Trek was only on basically for 3 seasons. Star Trek was on, the original Star Trek show was on from 1966 to 1969. And there have been a number of Star Trek movies. There have been new Star Trek TV shows, but the original Star Trek with William Shatner as is Captain James T. Kirk, and Leonard Nimoy as Dr. Spock, Mr. Spock, and you know, the original cast, that was only on for 1966 and 1969. After the first season, Nichelle Nichols wanted to quit the show, but it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who convinced her not to quit the show. We're going to share that interview with you. It's a very, very important piece of history. Okay. Then also on Saturday, I posted on our Facebook fan page, the African History Network, and my personal page as well. I think that was, it was Saturday. We got the news that Mary Alice. Now I think it was actually Friday. We got the news Mary Alice, who we know on the TV show a different world. Mary Alice passed away at age 85. Okay, and we know she won an Emmy Award also in 1993. Very accomplished actress. She was on Broadway in the Broadway play Fences, playing. She was the wife of James Earl Jones, and we know the play Fences was turned into a movie starring Denzel Washington opposite Viola Davis. It's a fantastic movie, Fences. I mean, Denzel Washington really played that part. I mean, Denzel is probably my favorite male actor, but I mean, he really played that part in the movie Fences. So we'll talk some about Mary Alice as well. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to be joined by James C. Ford, who is the organizer and creator of Obama Day that's taking place in Detroit this coming weekend. Friday, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th is going to be at Barack Obama Academy, which used to be known as Timbuktu Academy, okay, here in Detroit. So we'll talk to him about Obama Day and what they have going on. It's a really positive event. I'll be there as well. I'll have a vendor booth also. All right. On the African History Network show, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world, because right now it's corrects wrong behavior. What you do for yourself, what you do to yourself, and what you allow other people to do to you and get away with is based upon what you think about yourself. What you think about yourself is based upon what you have been taught about yourself. What you've been taught about yourself is based upon everything you've read. You can control the circumference of his or her actions because the mind can't do it to what it doesn't know. Now, we deal with a number of different topics here on the History Network show. We deal with current events in history, politics, education, economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, relationships, love, sex, health issues, and much, much more. Sign up for our email newsletter. Text the word Kemet, K-E-M-E-T, to 22828 to sign up for our email newsletter. Also visit our website, our new website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. All right, I want to go to this first story here. And this is dealing with Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. You see me wearing my Chadwick Boseman T'Challa Black Panther shirt as well in honor of Chadwick Boseman. I have a number of Black Panther shirts, and there's a 3-hour lecture, almost 3-hour lecture that I've done dealing with the film Black Panther. The film Black Panther deals with African history, African culture, African spiritual systems, African language. It's a deep movie on multiple levels. I did about 3 months worth of research in the movie as well as the comic book to be able to do my lectures on the film Black Panther. Okay, so NBC News has this article. Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer nabs 172 million views in 24 hours, making it one of Marvel's biggest. Hashtag Wakanda Forever was trending hours after the trailer's release. Now, you know, here on this show, at the end of basically each show, I say Wakanda Forever. Okay. Now, when we come back from the break, I know we're coming up on the break, I'll tell you why I say Wakanda Forever. And some people saw the picture that I took of myself when I was at Soul Day 2022 at Northwestern High School on Saturday, because I had this shirt on as well. And I did the Wakandan salute. And I explained why the Wakandan salute is always right over left as well, because that comes from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. Now, the Black Panther Wakanda Forever teaser trailer nabbed 172 million views in its first 24 hours, becoming one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's top trailer debuts for a superhero movie. A source close to Marvel confirmed the viewership number to Variety magazine. The Wakanda Forever teaser's viewership nearly doubled the 88 million views the original Black Panther teaser garnered in 2017. We know the original Black Panther movie came out February 16th, 2018. All right. February 16th, 2018. Now, the teaser also set social media ablaze with topics relating to Black Panther garnering over 893,000 mentions. Chadwick Boseman, Namor, Prince Namor, who is in the film as well. We know Prince Namor from the Marvel comic books as well. Shuri, who's T'Challa's younger sister. T'Challa, Ryan Coogler, the director, and Angela Bassett, Queen Ramonda, all became national trending topics after the teaser's debut, and the hashtag Wakanda Forever held the #1 trending spot for over 5 consecutive hours. We'll continue this on the other side of the break, and we'll get deeper into this, and we'll talk about why fans are talking about boycotting Black Panther 2. I guess they're saying the fictitious movie is not keeping it real when it comes to Chadwick Boseman. Still trying to figure that out. Listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Back from break in 4 minutes. Stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. How's everybody doing? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Your comments are not showing up for some reason. So you can post comments. Let us know you can hear me and see me. I'm not getting any comments here when I look at. I'm not getting any comments posted here when I look at social media. Okay, back from break in 4 minutes. Stand by. How's everybody doing today? Share this broadcast on your social media platforms. Invite your friends to tune in. Also, when we come back, we'll talk some more about Black Panther 2. Debuts November 11th. Yes, some big movies coming out. The Woman King comes out September 10th. I'm going to be The Woman King. Black Panther 2 is coming out. I'm going to see Black Panther. I'll be doing a lecture dealing with the film Black Panther as well. Okay. I'll definitely be doing a lecture dealing with Black Panther. My lecture dealing with the Black Panther 2. My lecture dealing with the film Black Panther. We have that available at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, in digital download format, as well as in DVD format as well. Okay, stand by. Back from break in 2 minutes. Back from break in 2 minutes. Okay, how's everybody doing? Share this broadcast on your social media platforms. And I don't know why comments are not showing up. Back from break in 1 minute, everybody. Stand by. Back from break in 1 minute. Okay, I see people posting. Let me try to refresh the screen. Just 1 second. Let me refresh the screen because I'm not getting your. Okay, stand by. It should be giving me your commercials. I mean, welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation of Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. It is Sunday, July 31st, 2022, and we are calling numbers 313-778-700, 313-778-7600 is the call-in number if you have a question or comment. Okay, so right before the break, we were talking about the trailer for Black Panther 2, which came out this past week, and it got 172 million views in 24 hours. Okay, and it was trending on Twitter, trending on social media. We go back to this article here from NBC News. Let me pull this back up. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, by pulling in 172 million views in its first 24 hours, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever becomes one of the top trailer launches for a standalone Marvel movie. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever becomes uh, one of the top trailer launches for a standalone Marvel movie, following titles like Spider-Man No Way Home, the Spider-Man No Way Home teaser, the biggest ever teaser with 355.5 million views, and Thor Love and Thunder. I'm not a big fan of the Thor movies. I grew up watching the Marvel superheroes. When you come home from school, they came on like 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. on Channel 20 here in Detroit. And they had Captain America came on Monday. Thor came on, I think maybe Thursday. They had Incredible Hulk. They had Spider-Man, things like that. And I am not a big fan of the Thor movies, though. He's all right with the Avengers, but I don't want to see an entire movie with Thor. But, that's just me. 4 Avengers trailers also pulled in bigger numbers. Avengers Endgame teaser, 289 million. Avengers Endgame final trailer, 268 million. Avengers Infinity War teaser, 230 million, and Avengers Infinity War final trailer, 179 million. Now, it should be noted that unlike many of these aforementioned Marvel movies, the Black Panther Wakanda Forever teaser launched on Saturday night at around 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the internet almost broke this past week. Beyonce released her new album, okay, and people going crazy. Calm down. And then also the trailer for Black Panther 2 came out as well. Okay. It got 172 million views in 24 hours. Now, that's not exactly the most desired time slot, 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's not not exactly the most desired time slot for a trailer debut, as most trailers release weekday mornings and take advantage of the workday rewatch factor. The teaser marked the first unveiling of the Black Panther sequel, which marks the next feature film entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I like DC superheroes, kind of still have my DC comic books, but the Marvel movies are just much better than DC. I don't know what it is. They're just much better than DC. The footage showcases the nation of Wakanda going to war against the army of Atlanteans, led by the fearful Namor, Prince Namor, portrayed by Tenoch Huerta. Okay, he's Hispanic. Lupita Nyong'o, her character, Nakia, Letitia Wright, Danae Gurira, Florence Kasumba, Winston Duke, and Angela Bassett are reprising their roles for the original Black Panther, joined by series newcomer Michaela Coel, Dominique Thorne, Alex Nivalani, and Mabel Cadena. Now, riding off the success of the teaser release, Hollywood Records and Marvel Music released a prologue soundtrack for the movie earlier on Monday, this past Monday. The soundtrack includes Tim's cover of Bob Marley's No Woman, No Cry. So when you watch the trailer, and I was watching some of the reactions on social media, a lot of my Facebook friends saying they were emotional, they were crying watching the trailer, because the trailer acknowledges the death of T'Challa, and then you hear this rendition of Bob Marley's No Woman, No Cry. You hear Angela Bassett's character of Queen Ramonda saying, I'm the queen of the most powerful nation in the world. And, I've lost my entire family. Haven't I given enough? All of this. Okay. So it's got really emotional for people. Tim's cover of Bob Marley's No Woman, No Cry, which earned acclaim for its prominent feature in the teaser film. Okay, so check out this article here from NBC News. We know Chadwick Boseman passed away from cancer in 2020. He had a private battle with colon cancer. So check out this article from NBCnews.com. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever trailer nabs 172 million views in 24 hours. Nabs 172 million views in 24 hours, making it one of Marvel's biggest. Okay, so there was also a good article that I saw from okafrica.com. And this piece from okafrica.com gives a breakdown of the film, what we know so far, breaking down the first trailer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, breaking down the first trailer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So the first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever features new characters, foes, and plot hints in the sequel. Okay, so and you can watch the trailer there as well. Who is the new Black Panther? Who is the new Black Panther? Now, I've been saying for months, Shuri should be the next Black Panther, because there have been different Black Panthers throughout history when you study the history of Wakanda. And even in the comic book, for a period of time, Shuri, T'Challa's sister, becomes the Black Panther. Okay. So, and notice how slim the wrist is here as well. Okay. So I think it's going to be Shuri. Okay, so they talk about that. They talk about some of the new characters. Ironheart makes her Marvel Comic Universe debut as well. Before the release of the Wakanda Forever trailer, we have been informed about an Ironheart series coming to Disney Plus, first appearing in 2016. First appearing in 2016 Marvel comic book Invincible Iron Man #7. Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, is Tony Stark's protege. So those that watch the Avengers, Tony Stark was Iron Man. Tony Stark died in the last Avengers movie. Okay, Avengers Endgame. Now with her Marvel Comic Universe debut in Wakanda Forever, it represents auspicious beginnings for her, a natural successor to Iron Man. Dominique Thorne. We see brief moments of Williams casually interacting with Shuri. Okay, so they talk about that. They talk Prince Namor. I wasn't a big fan of the Submariner. So Prince Namor is Submariner. Okay, he rules over Atlantis in the comic books. I wasn't a big fan of Prince Namor. He had the Dr. Spock ears and things like that. It was all right, to see him in a comic book. I didn't want to buy a Submariner comic book, but it was all right to see him in other people's comic books. Okay, so they talk about this as well. For the longest, fans have dreamed about the appearance of Prince Namor in the Marvel Comic Universe, aka the Submariner. He's an important Marvel character with a complex mythology, who's been around in the comic books since 1939. He is yet to make a live action splash or debut in the Marvel Comic Universe until now. In the comics, Prince Namor's human father was sent searching for vibranium in Antarctica. We know vibranium originates in Wakanda. When his path crossed with Princess Finn, daughter of Emperor Thor of Atlantis. In the trailer, Prince Namor is born as a hybrid son from the union, half human and half Atlantean. Okay, so you see the introduction of Prince Namor as well. Okay, so check out the rest of this article here from okafrica.com. Now, okafrica.com is partly owned by Questlove of the Roots as well. Breaking down the first trailer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Okay, and this article is from, what's the date on this? They don't have it. Oh my God. All right. Yeah, but it came out this past week. Okay, so check that out as well. We're coming up on a break here, and then when we come back from the break, we're going to be joined by James Ford as well from Obama Day. We'll let you know what's going on August 5th through the 7th here in Detroit. Also, when we come back from the break, I'm going to squeeze in this story here. We'll talk about Bill Russell, Mary Alice, Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura. They all passed away in the past couple of days. But also, I want to squeeze in this story right here dealing with Black Panther. And this deals with how some fans are cutting the movie. Okay, filed a boycott Black Panther Wakanda Forever because Chadwick Boseman's character of T'Challa is not being recast. They killing him off and things like this, right? It's just I don't understand this. But you listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stand by, back from break in 4 minutes. How's everybody doing? Share this broadcast on your social media platforms. Invite your friends to tune in. Stand by, back from break in 4 minutes. Stand by. Okay, you can support the African History Network, $ the Show through Cash App, $ the Show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me/the Show. Stand by. Back from break in 3 minutes. Back from break in 2 minutes. Stand by. Shit. Back from break in 2 minutes. Back from break in 1 minute. Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation, the Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. It is Sunday, July 31st, 2022, and we are live. Calling number is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600 is the calling number if you have a question or comment. Okay, on the line, we're joined by James C. Ford, who is the organizer of Obama Day 22 is place is taking place. I'm getting distortion in James's line. It's taking place Friday, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th, 2022 at the Barack Obama Academy. We want to welcome to the African History Network show James Ford. How you doing today, James?
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for just having me on your show, Mike.
All right. Good to have you. Good to hear from you. Okay, so we've got the flyer. I'm about to bring it up here on the screen for Obama Day 2022. I know you talked to me some time ago about this as well, and I said, all right, I want to have you on the show to talk about this. I saw you over at Alkebalan Village a couple months ago also, and you told me that this was taking place. So let people know about Obama Day and how did you come up with this concept?
Well, actually, it's Obama weekend now.
Obama
Day
weekend. I'm sorry,
before
Obama
the
weekend. Yeah,
pandemic.
yeah, Obama
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, in actuality, it's kind of a funny story. When he was doing his last live talk on radio, and he was leaving the White House, I just was sitting in this car. And I was saying, man, I thought I just had one more day of Obama, I'd be happy. And I kind of fell asleep, and I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, what about Obama Day? And then I called this girl the next morning and asked her, I said, what do you think about it? I mean, he's gone. He'll never be back in Cinnamon. What do you think about Obama Day? She said, James Ford, I've heard you say some wild stuff in your life, but this is the most prolific thing you ever said. She said, let's ride with it. And that's what happened.
Okay. Okay. So explain to people, because we have people listening from across the country as well as in Detroit. Explain to people, what is Obama weekend? What's going to take place the weekend of August 5th through August 7th at Barack Obama Academy?
Well, at the Barack Obama Academy, we're going to have a lot of all children parade for 1 hour.
Okay.
And then, well, more like 30 minutes. And then we're going to have marketable life skills presented inside of the school where kids will learn things like electrical, some drywall, there'll be some carpentry, there's going to be some carpet laying skills. We're going to even have one gentleman called, he said he wanted to just donate his time and his talent to teach kids a little bit, just practical electrical things. And we gladly appreciate all these things that the community coming out to teach their own. And I'm a great promoter of everybody should try to teach our own kids. And when we're gone, they can have something to fall back on. They learn how to use life skills to earn a living, do different things. They don't have to work for anybody. They can work for themselves. You got kids that could maybe be plumbers. They could be electricians. They can be carpenters. Have their own. They got their own skills. They don't have to go out and work at McDonald's, or they don't have to go out and work for Walmart. They can have their own skills. And if they do work for those people, and then it can't happen, then they got something to fall back on. I'm giving you an example. There's a gentleman. I live in Florida in the winter time.
Okay.
There's a gentleman. He had just, don't get me wrong, he had just got out of prison. He was a different nationality. He didn't have any money, anything to do. He told me to give him $100 and he would build me a back porch. I gave him the $100. He went to Lowe's and got some stuff. He put a little back porch up and he charged me $500 to do that. So I'm saying there's a way, and I believe that. That's about it.
Okay.
You know,
so
teach our own.
Right. Okay. So we have the flyer up here on the screen. Obama Weekend Festival, August 5th through the 7th. Now let people know where Barack Obama Academy is. That used to be Timbuktu Academy. Let people know where it's located.
It's at 10800 Canfield on Detroit's east side. 10800 Canfield on Detroit's east side. And not only
10 let me get that address. 10800 10800 Canfield in Detroit on the east side. So that's not near Wayne State. That's not near Wayne State. What's the cross street?
No, it's the major. You can use the major cross streets. You can just say if they want to really get close, they can let's go to maybe Mac and just say Van Dyke. And
okay.
They're in the general area.
Okay, in the Mac Van Dyke area. Okay. 10800 Canfield. Okay, so there's a all children's parade, 11 a.m. Festival is 12:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, which day does the festival start at 12:30? Right. Which day is that?
Well, the festival starts at 12:30 every day to 7. But now, for 3 hours, from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the children will be inside the school that want to stay and pick up these marketable life skills. Every 45 minutes, somebody is going to come up and talk about other things. Like I have a airplane stewardess, a pilot coming in.
Okay.
We have people doing other things. I have just different people coming in talking about their skills. I got a guy that went to the South Pole and stayed for 14 days. He's going to talk about his experience. It's just going to be the most prolific show of unity and teaching to people, our people, that has happened in quite a while. And that's what we kind of count on.
Okay. All right. So you have vendor opportunities as well. Now, who do people contact? What's the phone number for vendors and for more information?
Yeah. If you want to be a vendor, you can just contact me at 586-918-3061. The vendor fee is $100 for the whole weekend. In other words, it's for the whole total 3 days. And we did that because we want young entrepreneurs, young people that want to try to learn to be vendors on their own, have their own business. We want them to get started. We could have charged way more than that, but we're not going to do that. And as long as I'm in charge of this, it's going to remain that. So we want people to just get used to doing their own, and we want a good showing with this. And I think it's going to be good. But now we're going to have entertainment there. Now you're going to have a guy. I mean, while we're outside, we're going to have karaoke, songs, dance, food. We're going to have people. I got a lady coming called Lady K, who is a great singer. Then we have a Michael Jackson impersonator, a Sammy Davis Jr. Impersonator coming in and do those things. So
wow.
it's going to be fun.
I talked to you.
I talked
to you earlier today, and you were out passing out flyers at another event. I mean, you all over the place, James. Go ahead and tell us about the other entertainment.
Well, see, I'm like this. James Ford believes that talk is cheap. I've always told people that when I was playing baseball. I said, talk is cheap. Let's do what we got to do. Talk is cheap. So I just go to work. I don't like to talk a lot. I just want to do what we got to do. Yeah, I'm all over the place, but I just like to get it done. So that's just where it is.
Okay.
I was at the Blues Fest today in Detroit.
Right. The one down by St. Albans. Yeah, Blues in the Park or Blues Festival. Yeah. Okay, now this is a free event also, correct, James?
Yes, it's definitely a free event, but can I just give you one bit of information that I think that's very important?
Go ahead.
We have children I want everybody to understand this. There will be young people at this event. We're trying to set an atmosphere where we want to come back to the neighborhood. We want all different nationalities and races and different people to come to this every year. This will not be a party where a person can come and do some things that are not pleasing to the public. In other words,
illegal activities. Right.
Smoke a little cigarette or something like that that's not favorable.
Right.
You can't do that. There will be no drinking, no, it won't be that kind of
It's a family atmosphere. It's a family friendly atmosphere. It's a family friendly atmosphere. You can bring the children, entertainment for all ages, positive event, career opportunities, information on different careers for our youth, etc. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Is there any website?
I want to say one other thing.
Okay, just 1 second. Is there any website information?
Well,
go ahead.
Actually, my website is kind of I say it's incomplete now, basically because the person that was working my website kind of got sick for a long period of time and couldn't work on it. But people still can go to ObamaDayAugust4th.com, ObamaDayAugust4th, and find out what we did in the past.
Okay, now, Obama Day. Give that website one more time.
ObamaDayAugust4th.com. ObamaDay #4th.com.
Okay, go ahead.
But I want to say one other thing.
James, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hold you over the break. We're up against a break. We're going to hold you over the break for you to complete your thought. Okay, stand by. Listen to the African History. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We're speaking with James Ford, the organizer of Obama Weekend, taking place in Detroit Friday, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th at Barack Obama Academy. It's a free event, family atmosphere, positive event. Come on out. I'll be there. We'll have a vendor booth for the African History Network as well. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stand by, back from break in 4 minutes. And back from break in 4 minutes. We'll put the flyer. Let me see. We're going to put the flyer on our website, TheAHNShow.com. We'll put the flyer there. We've got I've got it on my personal page, The African History Network. So we're gonna put it here. Back from breaking. Back from break in 3 minutes. Stand by. Back from break in 3 minutes. All right, you can support the African History Network, $ the AHN show through Cash App, $ the AHN show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN show. Visit our new website, theafricanhistorynetwork.com, theafricanhistorynetwork.com. Back from break in 2 minutes. I'll be teaching 2 sessions of our online classes, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, and from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement of Black Power. We're doing those on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Okay, special day because I was tied up with events this weekend and I did not get a chance to, I couldn't teach the class this weekend. Back from break in 1 minute. Stand by. Back from break in 1 minute. Stand by. Okay, who we have here? Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation, the future of radio. All right, right before the break, we were talking to James Ford. He is the creator and organizer of Obama Day, Obama Weekend, I should say, Obama Weekend 2022, taking place Friday, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th, here in Detroit at Barack Obama Academy, located at 10800 Canfield Street in Detroit. Okay, James, go ahead. You wanted to finish your thought right before the break.
No, I just wanted to say one thing. Everybody, if you have anybody in town that's from out of town, please bring them to this because we want them to see what we are doing. Obama Weekend should be celebrated everywhere, and we're going to try to take it to other places now that I have a little crew. So if you're from out of town, stop by. Now, the main focus of the Obama Weekend is not so much, it is about Barack Obama, but it's about the next Barack Obama. It's about the next. We want to create the next Barack Obama. The next Barack Obama could be at your house right now in your living room. He could be crawling around on the kitchen floor. He could be in the back seat of your car. You're taking him someplace. So we're going to create the next Barack Obama by showing a togetherness and teaching them some life skills and all marketable life skills. And the other thing about it is it's a situation where you got to think about this. The next Barack Obama could be a woman. It could be another nationality. But at this point, and what's going on in the world today, we need another one. So it's about the next Barack Obama. Not
So,
so much about him. The focus is him, but we want to create the next one. But children emulate who you celebrate. They emulate who you celebrate. You celebrate Boo Boo the Clown, that's who they act like. So we're going to emulate a great man who had dignity, integrity, and character.
So when you say very quickly, and then we have to go to the next segment. When you say celebrate the next Barack Obama, or it could be a female, explain what you mean by that. What is it that you want to instill in our youth about their potential?
What we want to instill the youth that just because someone tells you something about yourself, you don't have to buy that. And then the other thing is you can be whatever you want to be. You just got to think and work. As I say, talk is cheap.
Right.
So think and work. And then the other thing, what we want to do is teach our children this right here, to think before you act. Our children got to, whether we want to do, they got to learn how to think before they act. And I'm going to give you a specific. When the governor of Arizona pointed her finger in his face, it seemed like it was bad. She kept it up there for about a minute and a half. I couldn't.
Okay, so the governor of Arizona, you're talking about when they were on the tarmac in Arizona,
Barack Obama, yeah.
and Barack Obama when he was president, and the governor wagged her finger. Just one second, I had to let, we have people listening across the country, so I have to let people know what we're referencing. So she wagged her finger in Barack Obama's face and scolded him. This is what you're referring to. Okay, go ahead, James.
Yeah. And he did not react. But guess what? Everybody thought that was a sign of weakness, but the whole world knew that he was the person that handled the job. The negativity out of that turned into the most positive thing, because even people that did not like him knew he was the man to be there. That was he turned a whole lot of naysayers' eye that people really didn't like him. I'm talking about the other side of the aisle. He turned their eyes around, and they knew he was a guy, because guess what? He did a second term. That one instance was made for bad, but it turned out good. So
right.
He was the one.
Right.
That
so
was shown there in that instance.
So well, just
he thought before he acted.
Okay. Right. He thought before he acted, and the more power you have, the more responsibility you have. And you have to, sure, he could have slapped her, but sure, he could have cursed her out. Sure, he could have denounced Arizona, but you also have to think through consequences as well. Also, you have to think, is this really worth it? You know, is it, I mean, now, so up, and I have a picture. It was Governor Jan Brewer, who's a Republican, Governor Jan Brewer, who was talking to President Obama, somewhat scolding him, wagging her finger at him on the tarmac. There's an article from January 26, 2012. Heated Arizona Governor Jan Brewer confronts President Obama over a book on immigration. Okay, so this is what James Ford is referring to. People can read the article as well. I remember when it happened, because I've been in radio 12 years. So I talked about this on my show when it happened. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, well, it was he who thought before he acted, and that showed the country and people that really didn't like him. This man has dignity, he has integrity, he has character, and actually it made her look bad. So it's just like now our kids get into situations and they act before they think. It's a lot of situations maybe that they can get out of, but they act before they think. He thought before he acted, and it turned out to be pretty good. I'm going to use an example. Okay. You know, it's just like if you're on a job and somebody says, well, you're fired or this, you just don't go out and get attention. You think before you act. You do what you got to do, and you leave what you think. And then the same thing if law enforcement tells you, hey, pull over, you got to pull over, I'm 75 years old. Mm-hmm. They pull me over, I'm putting my hands on the steering wheel, I'm giving them what they need. I'm giving them what they need and what they want. That's all to it. You got to
Right.
think
So
before you act. And he was a great thinker.
So what happens is, in situations like that, the scene of the incident is not the time to argue and debate law. That's what the court is for. You want to
Exactly.
on Roland Martin Unfiltered, one of my co-panelists, attorney Monique Presley, teaches classes and workshops on how to survive police encounters. And the first thing that she teaches her students in the class is that you have to get in your mind that this is not my day to die. This is not my day to die. And then your actions that come after that thought fall in line with that. And that's what the court is for, to deal with discrepancies, to deal with disagreements, to deal with grievances. That's what the court is for. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, James.
Yeah.
We're out of time here for this interview. Give your
phone
number once
much.
again. Yeah, thank you. Give your phone number once again. And
my phone number
yeah, go ahead.
586-918-3061. We still need vendors. And if you are selling anything or want to sell, just give me a call. I'm in my office every day this week. You can just give me a call, 586-918-3061.
All right.
I still want to say this is integrity, dignity, and character 3 days.
Okay, James. All right, we'll see you there. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. All right, James. Take care. All right, take care. All right, everybody. We're coming up on the break. When we come back, we'll talk about Bill Russell. We'll talk about Nichelle Nichols, and we'll also talk about Mary Alice. They all passed away in the past couple of days. Now, I've talked about this here a number of times on my shows. If you don't read and you think that the policies of President Barack Obama did not benefit African Americans, I would encourage you to read this document that I've talked about numerous times before. It's at whitehouse.gov, Progress of the African American Community During the Obama Administration. It breaks down category by category how the policies of President Barack Obama, many pushed by the Congressional Black Caucus, many pushed by civil rights organizations, helped African Americans. And these were a lot of policies that Donald Trump reversed during his reign in office. So if you think President Obama's policies did not help African Americans, one, you haven't been listening to this show. Two, you don't read. We'll be back in a few minutes. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep, 9:10 a.m. Superstation WFDF. Stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. All right, stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. Share this broadcast on social media platforms. Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk about we'll talk about Bill Russell, Nichelle Nichols, and Mary Alice. We're going to go with, okay, we're going to start with Mary Alice. I've got to get to the segment with Nichelle Nichols and play the interview that she did. Okay. Stand by. Back from break in 2 minutes. Also, we're going to squeeze in this story dealing with fans wanting to boycott Black Panther. And I'll break down what the word Wakanda means as well. Stand by. Back from break in 1 minute. Back from break in 1 minute, everybody. Back from break in 1 minute.
(910 AM Superstation, a division of Adele Media. We got the guests, the opinions, and the facts.
I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. Now, we deal with a number of different topics here on the TheAHNShow Network Show. We do recurring events and histories and much, much more. We're going to give you an update on what's going on. This is about self-preservation. We have to extinguish the fire of white supremacy. See, let's just have consequences.
Catch it all right here on 910 AM Superstation. The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
Welcome back to the African History Network show. All right, the calling number is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600 is the calling number if you have a question or comment. Okay, so in the first segment of the show, today's show, we talked about the new trailer for Black Panther 2, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and the trailer got 172 million views in 24 hours. Now, there was a article from rollingout.com that we talked about in the first segment of the show, and I really didn't get a chance to get to it. Rollingout.com, fans vow to boycott Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Fans of the record-setting comic movie and the main character T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, expressed disgust and dismay that T'Challa is being killed off. So in this article, skipping over some of this information, we know Chadwick Boseman passed away August 28th, 2022. I don't know if these people like actually read the Black Panther comic book. There were numerous Black Panthers throughout generations. And at one point, Shuri, T'Challa's sister, becomes the Black Panther. Okay. The hashtag recast T'Challa. The hashtag recast T'Challa revealed some impassioned plans and harsh denunciations about the demise of the Marvel comic character. Okay, of the Marvel comic character. One user said, God forbid, but if Tom Holland died today, they would not kill off Peter Parker. If Robert Pattinson died, they would not stop casting people to play Bruce Wayne. Chadwick was very proud of bringing T'Challa to life. Killing T'Challa does not honor Chadwick. Hashtag recast T'Challa. I would encourage them to look at some of the comments from like the actors and actresses on Black Panther who actually knew Chadwick Boseman, and Ryan Coogler, the director, things like this, because they said that he was irreplaceable to try to recast him. But once again, I think you're going to have a surprise in the film. There's another article I'm going to get to, and this is what I was saying should happen in the beginning anyway. I think you're going to have a surprise in the film. But let's see here. Still others are promising to avoid seeing the film because the comic book character was brought to life on the big screen after the ceaseless lobbying of mostly, if not solely, Black men. That's why. I don't think that's why. First of all, most of the Marvel comic universe heroes have had their own movie. Yeah, you have people who've been saying for years they wanted the Black Panther movie, but did people say for years they wanted Ant-Man and the Wasp? You had an Ant-Man and the Wasp. All Black Panther was the 18th movie in the Marvel comic universe, and all those 18 movies have interlocking storylines that lead up to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Okay, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp, all those movies have interlocking storylines. So even though people were saying, yeah, we want a Black Panther, and there's talk about Wesley Snipes being the Black Panther, things like this, it's like basically almost all of the Marvel comic universe characters are having their own movie. Doctor Strange. It started with Captain America. Basically, I think Captain America was probably the first one. You got a bunch of Thor, you had 3 Thor movies. You have the Avengers. Okay, you got the Incredible Hulk. All of them are having their movies in there. Captain Marvel. Okay, so but anyway, however, the film is now starring mostly Black females, with only one major male character starring in the follow-up. Okay, so I guess it's like African American men complaining that there's a bunch of Black women in the movie or something. Okay, hopefully these same people who are talking about boycotting a fictitious movie because they're not keeping it real about Chadwick Boseman, I sure hope y'all boycotted the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick, because that's something real. I hope you're not watching NFL games. I hope, because Colin Kaepernick is still hasn't gotten a job in the NFL. The same people who are talking about boycotting a fictitious movie, I sure hope you still boycotting the NFL for Colin Kaepernick, because that's real. Now, okay, you can read the rest of this. So they talk about some Twitter users and things like this. Okay. And also, once again, in the comic book, Shuri did become the Black Panther for a period of time. I don't know if these people notice, if they actually read the Black Panther comic book, anything like that. So, okay, we'll see what happens. Now, there was an article. Now, this is a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Don't get mad at me. It's already out there. I ain't write the article. It's already out there. But there was an article that I saw from who is this here? Hotnewhiphop.com. Hotnewhiphop.com. Okay. Now, this dealt with there's a Lego set that features the the Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever characters. All right. And I'm going to pull this article up here. Now, this is a spoiler alert. Now, I said this was probably happen. So if it turns out that it's true, you heard me say this before. Wakanda Forever Lego set spoils Marvel's new Black Panther. Wakanda Forever Lego set spoils Marvel's new Black Panther. Okay, now this is from July 30th, Saturday, July 30th, 2022. Let me pull up this article here. All right, so in this piece here, once again, spoiler alert, but you're going to find out anyway. Black Panther fans or not, millions of people around the world felt the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman. Okay, we can skip down. Some wanted a recast. Some wanted his character to get a respectful canonical death. Also, keep in mind, like Black Panther's T'Challa's father, T'Chaka, was the Black Panther before T'Challa was the Black Panther. T'Chaka was killed in the movie. His character was killed off also. I mean, come on, people. But none should have expected to find the answer in a Lego set first. So if you don't want spoilers, proceed with caution. Okay, so they show Prince Namor. You see Prince Namor over to the right. You see somebody, okay, this is Black Panther with a Jerry curl or something like that, a curly hair, whatever, right? According to images of upcoming Lego sets slated for an October 22 release, the new Black Panther will be Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. She is T'Challa's sister in the comic books and the 2018 Smash film. Now, I called this, and actually, if I can grab one of the books. So it's important to understand And I'm going to break down what the word Wakanda means. This is why I say Wakanda Forever at the end of all of our shows, right? So I've done lectures dealing with the film Black Panther. This one right here, Black Panther Analysis, African Culture, History, and Afrofuturism. It's available at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. It's on sale $10. We have the digital download. I think it's $8 digital download. This is almost a 3-hour lecture. I did 3 months of research on the film Black Panther. I read over 100 articles dealing with the film and the comic book. I read this book here, Black Panther, The Ultimate Guide, which deals with the 52-year history of the Black Panther comic book. And you see Prince Namor is in here. I had to do this type of research to be able to do my lectures, so I knew what the hell I was talking about. Now, there were some people that weren't as responsible. Well, that's on them. I couldn't do that because my teachers taught me, when you come before the people, you need to have done your research and know what you're talking about. Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Professor James Small, Professor Kaba Hiawatha Kamene, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Ray Higgins. So I had to do a lot of research before I can do my lectures on the film. So I knew what I was talking about. Also, this is another book that I read, Black Panther, the official movie special, which is the official movie tie-in to the first Black Panther movie, that gives background information on the characters, interviews with the characters, interview with the director, Ryan Coogler, all of that. Okay, I read this book as well. Why? So I knew what I was talking about when I did my lectures. Okay, so if we look here at this here, let's see, let's go back to this. Okay, while a Lego set is never an official confirmation, and I agree with that. I haven't played with Legos in decades. Okay. But while a Lego set is never an official confirmation, it's safe to say is likely given the direction of Marvel's first teaser for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and the fact that Lego sets have been prophetic in the past, and the fact that Lego sets have been prophetic in the past. Now, the new teaser isn't explicitly dedicated to Chadwick Boseman. However, from the heart-wrenching version of Bob Marley's Woman No Cry to and Kendrick Lamar's All Right, to the somber tone of the trailers, shots, and characters, it's clear that the teaser is mourning the actor's loss as well as we are. Okay, at the end of the trailer, a new Black Panther suit is revealed, which got fans speculating before this Lego set seemingly confirms Shuri will take the mantle against a new underwater enemy, which is Prince Namor. Okay, and here we also Shuri as Black Panther as well in the comic books. Okay. So this tweet here, Marvel leak, okay, they ask, is Shuri wearing the Black Panther suit in a new coming Lego? But they show this image here. If we click on this is on Twitter. They show this image here of Shuri as Black Panther. Let me see. Let's go to this is coming straight from the comic book. So I had to go research the history of the Black Panther comic book and characters, because we see that reflected in the movie. And I couldn't just do lectures just based upon the movie and not understanding the background theme, story themes, characters, and how the characters were changed in the movie. For instance, in the comic book, Killmonger is 100% Wakandan. Killmonger is not half African American and half Wakandan in the comic book. They changed that for the movie, I think, to interweave a African American context, perspective, storyline into the movie. Otherwise, you would just be looking at a movie of Wakandans in a country that doesn't exist. Okay, but by interweaving, by making him half African American, now you bring in another dynamic, another context, another storyline that relates back also to the transatlantic slave trade, etc. Okay, so but I had to do the research to be able to understand all this. Okay, when we come back from the break, we'll talk about Bill Russell. We'll talk about Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. And I want you to hear an interview that she did where she talked about who kept her from quitting the show. Because at the end of the first season, she had decided to quit Star Trek. Also, we'll talk about Mary Alice, who was in the movie Sparkle, the original Sparkle, 1976, and she was Letty Bostick on the TV show A Different World. She passed away as well. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. Back from break in 4 minutes. Okay, I'm going to post a link here for my lecture dealing with the film Black Panther. All right, how you doing, Anita? Motive Man 23. How you doing, Motive Man? Stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. Back from break in 3 minutes. All right, there's the link to my lecture dealing with the film Black Panther. We have it on the homepage of our new website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. And you scroll down, you see lecture titles for Michael Imhotep, and it's right here. And this is, I think it's $10. What is it? Yeah, it's $10. Okay. It's going to blow you away. All right. Okay, who still needs to register for the online history classes I teach on Saturdays and Sundays? Next class is Tuesday, August 2nd. Back for break in 1 minute. Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation, the Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. All right. You can register for the online history classes I teach on Saturdays and Sundays. So this week, I couldn't do it this past Saturday. I was at Soul Day 2022 on Saturday. Keith Williams had a great event. It was over 1,000 people that came out. So, we had him on the show last Sunday. We had Keith Williams here on the show. He's the organizer of Soul Day 2022. Fantastic event. I had a vendor booth there. And then also today I was at the microloan conference that my frat brother Warren Galloway organized. And that was at Greektown Hotel. So I was there today for that. So we're going to teach, I'll teach my class on this Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, August 2nd, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. We'll get the website updated. You can still register for the class. It's $60, regularly $130. We're doing it 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And this time around, we're doing at least 12 sessions of the class, okay? We deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You can go back and watch it anytime. Then normally on Sundays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., I teach from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement of Black Power, 1865 to 1968. With the next class, we're doing this on Wednesday, August 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can register for that. And as soon as you register, you can watch the archive classes also. That's at our new website, TheAHNShow.com, TheAHNShow.com. Okay. And if you've taken any of my online classes in the past, email me at TheAHNShow@TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. You'll get 50% off. You'll get 50% off the classes. All right. I want to go back to this story here very quickly, dealing with Black Panther. So I hear people saying, okay, Wakanda's a fictitious place, things like this. I saw somebody post that here as well. It is true that Wakanda is a fictitious place, but Wakanda is not a fictitious word. And this is why it's important to do research. This is why I couldn't jump out and start doing lectures dealing with Black Panther and had not done the research, didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Unfortunately, everybody didn't follow that advice. Okay. So the word Wakanda we see in the Omaha Ponca and Sioux Indian languages, and it means possesses secret powers. We know that these are some slides from my actual lecture that I do on Black Panther. We know that the character of T'Challa was first introduced in the Fantastic Four issue of the Fantastic Four, issue 52, 1966, July 1966. Okay. The Fantastic Four. And it was a 2-part series. And T'Challa beats up the Fantastic Four. Okay. And at the end of issue 52, he talks about how he's the chieftain of the Wakandans and the richest man in all the world. Okay. Which is like Mansa Musa, who was emperor of the Mali Empire, became emperor of the Mali Empire in 1312 AD. And he was the richest man in the history of the world. Okay. So the if we look at the word Wakanda, we see the word Wakanda in Omaha, Ponca, and also amongst the Osage Native American nations. It means possesses secret powers in Omaha and Ponca. And Wakanda is the great creative power of the Osage, Omaha, and Ponca Native American tribes. Wakanda is an abstract, omnipresent, creative force who is never personified in traditional Siouan legends, and in fact did not have a gender before the introduction of English with its gender-specific nouns. Now, we also know that when you look at the Panther deity Bass, well, let me back up. There's a Wakanda water park in Wisconsin, and it's spelled Wakanda. When you look at Wakanda across the country, the usage of the word, you may see some variations in how it's spelled. But the Wakanda water park in Wisconsin is spelled Wakanda, like Wakanda is spelled in Marvel Comics. All right. So, and at the Wakanda water park, they talk about the mounds and the Indian mound builders, early mound builders. But we also know that there were about 1 million mounds here in the land we call the United States of America. We also know some of those mounds were built by the Khoisan, built by African people as well, who were in this land going back at least 51,700 years. When we look at the research from Dr. David Imhotep, who we've had here on the show a number of times, he wrote the book, The First Americans Were Africans, Documented Evidence. And we look at the discovery from Dr. Albert Goodyear, 2004, which documents the African presence in Allendale County, South Carolina, going back at least 51,700 years ago. Dr. David Imhotep lays this out in page 14 of his first book, The First Americans Were Africans, Documented Evidence. Now, we also know that the language spoken in the film Black Panther is Isikosa, okay? And Isikosa is a Bantu language as well. So the film connects us to African history, African culture, African language, African spiritual systems. We know that where they have the ritual combat, that the waterfall where they have the ritual combat to determine who's going to sit on the throne of Wakanda, that's called Warrior Falls. And the scene where Killmonger throws T'Challa over the waterfall comes straight out of the comic books. I think that's Jungle Action comic book, Jungle Action issue number 6, 1973. That comes straight out the comic book. Okay. Now here's an image of Killmonger in the comic books. The Panther deity Bast that watches over the people of Wakanda, and you have Wakanda is made up of 18 different tribes. Wakanda is not just one group of people; it's made up of 18 different tribes. The Jabari tribe, the Panther clan, things like this. But Bast that watches over those of the Panther clan, and then also watches over the people of Wakanda. That comes from Bastet, which was a lioness deity. A deity with the head of a lioness. Then it was changed to the head of a cat. There's a deity or neter, or what Europeans call a god or goddess. This comes straight out of ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet. Bastet, ancient Egyptian goddess worshipped in the form of a lioness, and later a cat, goddess of warfare in Lower Kemet, Lower Egypt, worshipped as early as 2890 BCE, before the Common Era. When you look at the Dora Milaje, which means adored ones, and introduced in the 1990s in the comic book, the Dora Milaje are the African female warriors who protect whoever sits on the throne of Wakanda, protect the family of the king of Wakanda. Okay, so their costumes are influenced by the Maasai of Kenya. Okay, number one, because Ruth Carter, who was the costume designer, and she won an Oscar for being the costume designer. Ruth Carter studied 11 different African cultures for 6 months and infused this into the film Black Panther. She was also the costume designer for the movie Malcolm X as well. Okay, but the Dora Milaje are based upon they were introduced in 1998, Black Panther Volume 1, 1998. The Dora Milaje means adored ones. They are based upon the real African female warriors of the West African nation empire of Dahomey, who are called the Ohozi or the Mino, these African female warriors. Now, these are the African female warriors who are going to be portrayed in the movie that comes out September 16th, starring Viola Davis, called The Warrior King. And this is about these African female warriors who were the real life inspiration for the Dora Milaje that we first saw in the Black Panther comic books in 1998, and we see on the screen in the film Black Panther, and also Black Panther 2 as well. All right. So that's just a little background information. And my lecture is available at our website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. It's a almost 3-hour lecture. I go deep into all this information. It's a Black Panther analysis, African culture, history, and Afrofuturism. And we have digital download format also. Okay, that's at TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. I did a lot of research to be able to do my lectures on the film. All right, so we got the news that Mary Alice passed away. Mary Alice, and I remember seeing Mary Alice on not just A Different World, but before A Different World, she was on the TV show Sanford and Son, and she was Fred's sister. Remember, she was married to the white guy Rodney. Okay, and you remember the first time Fred met Rodney, he thought Rodney was the taxi cab driver. Okay, so Mary Alice was on a few times on Saturday African son. Essence magazine has back at the life and career of Mary Alice Smith. Mary Alice Smith, the Emmy and Tony Award-winning actress, had a career that spanned 50 years across film, television, and theater. When we come back from the break, we'll talk some about the career of actress Mary Alice. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the TV show A Different World. She played Letty Bostick, the dorm director for season 1 and season 2 on the TV show A Different World. So we'll talk about this on the other side of the break, as well as Bill Russell and Nichelle Nichols. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. Okay, we'll post the link here again for my lecture dealing with the film Black Panther. We had these shipping out this week. Post the link there, and it's at our website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. How's everybody doing? All right, if you want to advertise with the African History Network, also email us at AHNshow at TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Stand by just a second here. Back from break in 2 minutes. Stand by. I think you're ready for this next segment. Stand by. Yeah, email us at AHNshow at TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Back from break in 1 minute. Welcome back to the African History Network show. All right. So right before the break, we were talking about the passing of actress Mary Alice, veteran actress. She was on Broadway, starring opposite James Earl Jones in the play Fences, August Wilson's play Fences. We know that was turned into a movie starring Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. Fantastic movie, Fences. I mean, Denzel and Viola Davis, I mean, they're fantastic actors and actresses. Denzel's one of my all-time favorite actors. Okay. He's one of my all-time favorite actors. And if you get a chance to check out that movie, I don't think you'll be disappointed. So there was a good article from Essence Magazine that we posted on our Facebook fan page, The African History Network. And this deals with looking at her career. And then also there's a good article from the New York Times from July 30th, 2022. But this piece from Essence Magazine, they look back at the life and career of Mary Alice Smith. Mary Alice Smith, which was her birth name. Mary Alice Smith. She was born December 3rd, 1936. I want to go to this piece here from New York Times. We know she was also in the Matrix movie, one of the Matrix movies as well. Mary Alice Smith, Tony winner for her role in Fences, dies at 85. A former Chicago school teacher, she appeared on TV in A Different World and also I'll Fly Away, winning an Emmy in 1993. Here's a picture of her also. And she was in the movie Sparkle as well. Okay, 1976, Sparkle. Okay, so Mary Alice, an Emmy and Tony winning actress, who brought a delicate grace and a quiet dignity to her, to her roles in Hollywood blockbusters, The Matrix, Revolutions, television sitcoms, A Different World, and Broadway plays Fences, died on Wednesday in her home in Manhattan. She was 85, according to the New York City Police Department. Okay, so that was Wednesday, July 27th. Now, the death was confirmed by Detective Anthony Passaro, a police spokesman, who said officers responded to a 911 call. Officers responded to a 911 call and found Miss Alice unresponsive. A former Chicago school teacher, Mary Alice appeared in nearly 60 television shows and movies. In the year 2000, she was inducted into the Theater Hall of Fame. Now, she first gained widespread attention in the Broadway production of August Wilson's Fences in 1987. She earned a Tony Award for Best Featured Actress for playing Rose Maxon, a housewife in 1950s Pittsburgh, forced to balance duty with anger toward a philandering husband, played by James Earl Jones, who also won a Tony. So she won an Emmy Award and a Tony. Okay, she was a brilliant actress. I think she was really underrated. I think Mary Alice was very underrated, even though she did win an Oscar and a Tony. I think she was very underrated as an actress. James Earl Jones portrayed his character is filled with rage after a promising baseball career devolved into a grueling life as a garbage man, a garbage hauler. Okay, so it goes on and talks about some of her background as well. Here's a picture of James Earl Jones and Mary Alice in the play Fences. Now, Mary Alice Smith was born on December 3rd, 1936, in Indianola, Mississippi. I never heard of Indianola, Mississippi. Indianola. I never heard of Indianola, Mississippi. She was one of three children of Sam Smith and Ozalar Smith. When she was a small child, the family moved to Chicago, where they lived in a house on the near north side that was later demolished to make way for the Cabrini Green housing project. Okay, no immediate family members survived. Now, she was a teacher as well. Early on, viewing teaching as a path to a middle-class life, Mary Alice Smith graduated from Chicago Teachers College, which is now Chicago State University. She graduated in 1965 and took a job teaching at a public elementary school. Even so, she aspired to be an actress. It was escapism, she told the Chicago Tribune, in 1986, adding, "We never lacked for anything. We never lacked for anything." Okay. We know she was in The Women of Brewster's Place. Also, she was she was on Sanford and Son a few times, as well as Fred Sanford's sister. Okay, she was in the musical Sparkle, 1976. She was also in the movie Beach Street. Now I forgot she was in Beach Street. Okay, the hip hop movie Beach Street, that featured breakdance in 1984. I saw a clip of that. Somebody posted that in the A Different World Facebook group that I'm in. I totally forgot she was in Beach Street. Okay, so Mary Alice Smith will be definitely missed. We all loved her on A Different World. She knew how to put Whitley in a place too. That was oh my God. She knew how to put Whitley in her place. She was great as Letty Bostick, the dorm director. And it was in the first season she became the dorm director. Now it's Ron O'Neal. So Ron O'Neal played two characters on A Different World. Later, he plays Whitley's father. He's the second character to play Whitley's father. But in the first season, he plays, I think he's a college professor at Hillman, and he's the one who convinces Letty Bostick to come to Hillman to be dorm director, because she traveled the world and she was a book author. She's there at the college doing a lecture. She didn't graduate from college. She had some incomplete classes and things like this. So it's Ron O'Neal's character, his first character on A Different World, who convinces her to come to Hillman to be the dorm director. And then later on, he's going to be the second character, or maybe the third, to play Whitley's father. Okay, but I love to see Letty Bostick put Whitley in her place as well. Okay, so we're going to miss Mary Alice. Now, Nichelle Nichols also passed away as well. We got the news today, but she died Saturday. Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. We know that Star Trek was on from 1966 to 1969. The original Star Trek was only on for like 3 seasons, right? But it spawned all these movies, spin-off TV shows, the Star Trek convention, all types of things. Okay, Trekkies, billions of dollars in merchandising, all that came from a show that was on for 3 seasons. Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura of Star Trek, dies at age 89. We're going to go to clip 1 here in just a second, Jalen. She was among the first Black women to have a leading role in a TV series. She later worked in NASA, okay, to recruit minorities for the space program. Okay, here's a picture of her. And I remember watching Star Trek. I watched the reruns of it because I wasn't born when I was born. I was born in 71, so it was off the air. But I remember watching the reruns of it. And I had some of the Star Trek action figures as well. But I remember seeing her on Star Trek. And I was like, wow, it's a Black woman in outer space. Nichelle Nichols, the actress revered for Star Trek fans, by Star Trek fans, and everywhere for her role as Lieutenant Uhura, the communications officer on the starship USS Enterprise, died on Saturday in Silver City, New Mexico. I think it's New Mexico, Silver City. She was 89 years old. The cause was heart failure. Said Sky Conway, a writer and a film producer, who was asked by Kyle Johnson, Miss Nichols' son, to speak for the family. Miss Nichols had a long career as an entertainer, beginning as a teenage supper club singer and dancer in Chicago, her hometown, and later appearing on television. But she will be forever remembered for her work on Star Trek, the co-inspiring space adventure series that aired from 1966 to 1969 and starred William Shatner, T.J. Hooker as Captain Kirk, the heroic the heroic leader of the Starship Enterprise, and we know Leonard Nimoy, who died in 2015, Mr. Spock, and DeForest Kelly as Dr. McCoy, aka Bones. They were all on that iconic show. A striking beauty, Nichelle Nichols provided a frisson of sexiness on the bridge of the Enterprise. She was generally clad in a snug red doublet and black tights. Ebony magazine called her the most heavenly body of in Star Trek, the most heavenly body in Star Trek on its 1967 cover. Her role, however, was both substantial and historically significant. We'll continue this other side of the break. List to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stand by. Back from break in 4 minutes. Stand by. All right, how's everybody doing? Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a like if you like this broadcast. Back from break in 3 minutes. Back from break in 1 minute. Back from break in 1 minute. Stand by. Welcome back to the African History Network show. All right. Right before the break, we were talking about Nichelle Nichols, actress Nichelle Nichols, best known as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. Okay. And she passed away Saturday at age 89. Okay. We know she was ailing as well for some time. We're going to clip one here in just a second, Jalen. I want to go back to this article here from New York Times because there's a section here to get to something that's really, really important. And it deals with the image that she portrayed on Star Trek, which was a different image than what we were used to seeing oftentimes in media of African Americans, especially African American women. Her role, so Ebony magazine called Nichelle Nichols the most heavenly most heavenly body in Star Trek on its 1967 cover. Her role, however, was both substantial and historically significant. Lieutenant Uhura was an officer and a highly educated and well-trained technician who maintained a business-like demeanor while performing her high-minded duties. Miss Nichols, Nichelle Nichols, was among the first African-American women to have a leading role on a network television series, making her an anomaly on the small screen, out of the ordinary, an exception on the small screen, which until that time had rarely depicted African-American women in any other roles than subservient roles, In a November 1968 episode, during the show's third and final season, Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura are forced to embrace by their inhabitants of a strange planet, resulting in what is widely thought to be the first interracial kiss in television history. Now, when you research this, you'll see that the producers of the show, the network, wanted to have two scenarios so that they could air one down in the South, because they knew the segregationists in the South would object to this white man kissing this African-American woman. Now, Ms. Nichols' first appearances on Star Trek predated the 1968 sitcom Julia, in which Diane Carroll, playing a widowed mother who works as a nurse, became the first Black woman to star in a non-stereotypical role in a network series. Okay, a series called Beulah. Okay, Beulah, also called The Beulah Show, starring Ethel Waters as Beulah, and then actress Louise Beavers as Beulah, and then Hattie McDaniel also played Beulah on this show as well. We know Hattie McDaniel from the 1939 movie Gone with the Wind. She won an Oscar for playing Mammy in Gone with the Wind as well, actress Hattie McDaniel. Okay, in the TV show Beulah, these three African-American actresses portrayed Beulah, who was a maid for a white family, and this show was broadcast on ABC in the early 1950s, and it subsequently was cited by civil rights activists for demeaning portraits of African-American people. But Lieutenant Uhura's influence reached far beyond television. In 1977, Nichelle Nichols began an association with NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, contracting as a representative and speaker to help recruit female and minority candidates for spaceflight training. The following year's class of astronaut candidates was the first to include women and members of minority groups. Okay, the following year's class of astronaut candidates was the first to include women and members of minority groups. Okay, so read the rest of this here. I want to go to this. Let me see. We're going to the clip here. So her birth name was Grace Dale Nichols. Grace Dale Nichols. She was born in Robbins, Illinois, December 28th, 1932. Some sources give a later year, and she grew up in Chicago. I want to go to this interview here that she did, and she talks about how Dr. King kept her from quitting the show Star Trek. This is from Emmy TV Legends. Let's go to this clip, Jalen.
By the end of the first season, I had so much fan mail that I didn't know I had that was in the mail room that they offered me a contract. I also was offered a role, a play to do that was Broadway bound. And I was going to leave the show and take that. And it was a good role. I forget what the heck it was now. And So I went in and told Gene I was going to, when the season was up, I was going to leave. And Gene says, you can't do that. Yes, I can. And he said, don't you understand what I'm trying to achieve here? I said, Gene, you've been wonderful. And I really thank you for this opportunity. But, you know, my life is theater, musical theater. And I'm getting offers for all kinds of wonderful things where I want to be. He was sitting behind his desk, and he looked up at me, and he said, and I handed him my resignation that I'd written out. And he took it, and I finally laid it on the desk, and he looked at it, and he said, take the weekend, Nichelle, because that's how I know it was either Thursday or Friday. And he said, and think about it. And if you feel the same way the beginning of next week, if you still feel that way, think about this. It's more than you think it is. Just think about it. And if you still want to go on by Monday morning, I'll give you my blessing. Go with my blessings. And he took the resignation and stuck it in his desk drawer. And I said, thanks, Gene. And I skipped out of there. That went better than I thought. And as fate would have it, I've always used this way because I believe in fate. I believe it was fated.
All right, we're going to pause it right there. Those watching on Facebook and YouTube, keep watching the African History Network on Facebook, Michael Imhotep on YouTube. We're out of time here on 9:10 a.m. Superstation WFDF. And then visit our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAHNShow.com. You can order my lecture dealing with the film Black Panther, register for my online classes. Also, you can support the African History Network, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN Show. Those in Detroit will see you at Obama weekend, Fridays, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th, over at Barack Obama Academy. Right now, it's correct wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. We'll talk to you next week. Peace. Okay, stand by, everybody. Stand by. We're going to continue this segment. Then we'll talk a little bit about Bill Russell also. Let's go back to this here. Okay, I want to go to let's go back to this. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this clip here from Nichelle Nichols, and she at the end of the first season of Star Trek, she wanted to quit the show because she comes from the theater. Okay, she wanted to quit the show. All right. So Gene Roddenberry was the creator. The Gene she's talking about is Gene Roddenberry, who was the creator of Star Trek. Okay, that's who she's referring to. And also in her book that she released, she talked about having a romantic relationship with Gene Roddenberry as well. This is also in the article from the New York Times. Okay, let's go to this. Let's go back to this clip here.
It's more than you think it is. Just think about it. And if you still want to go on by Monday morning, I'll give you my blessing. You go with my blessings. And he took the resignation and stuck it in his desk drawer. And I said, thanks, Gene. And I skipped out of there. Whew, that went better than I thought. And as fate would have it, I've always used this way because I believe in fate. I believe it was fated. I was to be a celebrity guest at some fundraising thing in Beverly Hills. I believe it was an NAACP fundraiser, but it might not have been, but I think it was. And so I went to do this on that Saturday night, and I had just been taken to the dais and sat down when the organizer came over and said, Miss Nichols, how are you? And blah, blah, blah. And he said, listen, there's someone here who said he is your biggest fan. And he's looking chirpy, and he said, and he's desperate to meet you. He really wants to meet you. And I said, oh, thank you. Now I know, lots of fan mail, and I've seen it, the shows, and they're being on for, and the ones that I got to see, because usually I didn't get home until after the show was over. I didn't see the most of Star Trek that I was in until the reruns. and I was on hiatus at best. So I said, certainly. And I stand up and turn, and I'm thinking, it's a Star Trek fan. He said, it's a Star Trek fan. I'm looking for a young man who's a Star Trek fan. I turn, and instead of fan, there's this face the world knows with this beautiful smile on it. And I remember thinking, whoever that fan is going to have to wait, because Dr. Martin Luther King, my leader, is walking toward me, not 10 feet away, with a beautiful smile on his face. And then this man says, yes, Miss Nichols, I am that fan. I am your best fan, your greatest fan. And my family are your greatest fans. As a matter of fact, this is the only show on television that my wife, Coretta, and I will allow our little children to watch, to stay up and watch, because it's on past their bedtime. And I said, this was all that I was able to say. My mouth just opened and closed. He said, we admire you greatly, And he said some more things, and the manner in which you've created this role has dignity and so forth. And he said, and before he said, I said, Dr. King, thank you so much. And then I got the courage to say, and I really am going to miss my co-stars. And he said, what do you mean? Dead serious. What are you talking about? I said, well, I've had an off. He said, you cannot. And I said, well, I'm going to leave Star Trek because going to say have an offer to star in. I never got that far. I said, well, I'm leaving Star Trek. He said, you cannot. You cannot. And I felt like that little boy, Willis. What you talking about, Dr. King? But I didn't say that. No. But I was taken aback, and I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. He said, don't you understand what this man has achieved, is achieving or something? And I thought, deja vu all over again. I just looked at him. He said, for the first time on television, we will be seen as we should be seen every day, as intelligent, quality, beautiful people who can sing, dance, but who can go into space, who can be lawyers, who can be teachers, who can be professors, who are in this day, and yet you don't see it on television until now. And he went on, so many of the things, perhaps some of the things he said, but I could say nothing. I just stood there, realizing every word that he was saying was the truth. And he said, if you leave, Nichelle, Gene Roddenberry has opened a door for the world to see us. If you leave, that door can be closed because you see, your role is not a Black role and it's not a female role. He can fill it with anything, including an alien. And at that moment, the world tilted for me. And I knew then, I didn't want to know it because I was going to go through some more turmoil for the rest of the week. But I knew that I was something else, that the world was not the same. And that's all I could think of was Dr. King, everything that he had said. The world sees us for the first time as we should be seen. And I remember being angry come Sunday or whatever. Why me? Why should I have to? Whatever happened come Monday morning, I went to Gene, and I'm not sure to this day if I knew what I was going to say. He's sitting behind that same dang desk. And he had, whoever he was talking to had to leave because I went there first. And I said, Gene, and I told him what happened. And I said, if you still want me to stay, I'll stay. I have to. And he opened his drawer and he looked up at me and said, God bless Dr. Martin Luther King. Somebody knows where I'm coming from. And I said, that's what he said in my brain. And he took out my resignation, which was torn into 100 pieces, and handed me the pile. And we just stood there looking at each other. And I finally said, thank you, Gene. And he said, thank you, Nichelle. And my life's never been the same since. And I've never looked back. I've never regretted it because I understood the universe had somehow, that universal mind had somehow put me there. And we have choices. Are we going to walk down this road or are we going to walk down the other? And it was the right road for me.
All right, so that is a fantastic interview. There's more. You can check that out on YouTube. This is METV legends, Nichelle Nichols, on how Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. dissuaded her from quitting Star Trek. Okay, so you can check that out also. And you know, the African History Network, the TheAHNShow, and the African History Network is a news reporting agency. So based upon copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair usage for purpose news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All right, so check out the rest of the article from New York Times. A really good article on Nichelle Nichols. Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek, dies at age 89. Okay, so this is that's a powerful interview. We've played that here on the show before, And I've known about that for years. That story dealing with Dr. King. But read this article here from the New York Times also. All right. So we lost another legend, and we got the news today that Bill Russell, NBA Hall of Famer and 11-time champion, he has 11 championship rings. So I know people like to say Michael Jordan is the greatest. He has 6 championships. Well, Bill Russell has 11. But Bill Russell passed away at age 88. Okay, so there was let's see, there's an article. There's a huge article from the New York Times on Bill Russell. There's also one from NBC News, a good one from NBC News. I'm going to pull that one up here. Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion, Boston Celtics legend, and all-time defensive great. Okay, he passed away age 88. Let me pull this up here from NBC News. There's also a good one from the Washington Post as well. Okay, Bill Russell was pro basketball's first black head coach. No small feat at the time in racially divided Boston. Okay. So this article is from July 31st, 2022. Boston Celtics legend Bill Russell, who towered over pro basketball throughout the turbulent 1960s and stood tall against the era's virulent racism, died Sunday, according to a statement posted to his verified Twitter page, Sunday, July 31st, 2022. He was 88 years old. Now, Russell's wife, Janine, was by his side at the time of his death. The statement said, his family thanked fans for keeping Bill in your prayers, quote unquote, keeping Bill in your prayers. Perhaps you'll relive one or two of the golden moments he gave us, or recall his trademark laugh as he delighted in explaining the real story behind those moments, behind how those moments unfolded, the statement said. And we hope each of us can find a new way to act or speak up in Bill's uncompromising, dignified, and always constructive commitment to principle. Now, Bill Russell led the Boston Celtics to 11 NBA titles, two as a player coach, and a victory-filled resume, considered to be one of pro sports' most insurmountable records. He is rivaled by Henry Pocket Rocket Richard, who hoisted the Stanley Cup 11 times with the Montreal Canadiens, and Yogi Berra, not Yogi Bear, but Yogi Berra, a member of 10 World Series winning New York Yankees teams. No modern players hold a candle to Bill Russell's accomplishments. No modern players hold a candle to Bill Russell's accomplishments. The award for the most valuable player of the NBA Finals is named after him. Okay, the award for the most valuable player of the NBA Finals is named after Bill Russell. So this is his official Twitter account here, and they have the announcement here. An announcement is with heavy heart. Let me see if we can zoom in on this. Is with heavy heart. We would like to pass along. Let's see. Let's go to his Twitter page. Okay, it is with heavy heart that we would like to pass along. Let's go to this here. To all Bill's friends, fans, and followers, Bill Russell, the most prolific winner in American sports history, passed away peacefully today at age 88. with his wife Janine by his side. Arrangements for his memorial service will be announced soon. Bill's 2 state championships in high school offered a glimmer of the incomparable run of pure team accomplishment to come. Twice an NCAA champion, captain of a gold medal winning U.S. Olympic team, 11 times NBA champion, and at the helm for 2 NBA championships as the first Black head coach of any North American professional sports team. Okay. You can check that out at his Twitter page. Okay. They have that article there at his Twitter page. Now, they have that post there at his Twitter page. Now, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver called Bill Russell the greatest champion in all of team sports in a tribute recounting the player's career. Adam Silver said that he cherished his personal friendship with Bill Russell while offering condolences. Quote, Bill stood for something much bigger than sports, the values of equality, respect, and inclusion that he stamped into the DNA of our league. At the height of his athletic career, Bill Russell advocated vigorously for civil rights and social justice, a legacy he passed down to generations of NBA players who followed in his footsteps. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith tweeted a tribute to Bill Russell Sunday, saying that the center made the world better for all of us. Okay, so we have a tweet from Stephen A. Smith, retired player Magic Johnson, Irvin Johnson Jr., Magic Johnson, called Bill Russell his idol. He said, I looked up to him on the court and off. His success on the court was undeniable. He was dominant and great, winning 11 NBA championships. Off the court, Bill Russell was the way for guys like me. Off the court, Bill Russell paved the way for guys like me. There's a tweet from Magic Johnson about Bill Russell as well. There's a picture of them together. Also, President Barack Obama, and that's Dr. J also. Looks like Dr. J as well. Is that Dr. J? No, I don't think that's Dr. J. Okay. But is Bill Russell sitting down. Bill Russell, a 6'10" center, also won the NBA regular season MVP award 5 times while averaging 15.1 points, 22.5 rebounds, and 4.3 assists a game throughout his 13 season career. Russell's numbers weren't as flashy as those of contemporary big man Wilt Chamberlain, who is the only pro basketball player ever to score 100 points in a game and retired with a scoring average of 30.07 points, second only to Michael Jordan's 30.12 points. Here's a picture here of Bill Russell on the court. Okay, playing against New York Knicks. Bill Russell, number 6 of the Boston Celtics, rebounds against Walt Bellamy, number 8 of New York Knicks, during the game in 1967 at the Boston Garden. Bill Russell is largely credited with writing the book on modern defense for centers in the NBA. He perfected the art of blocking shots, swatting away would-be scorers with brutal efficiency without fouling, and while keeping the ball in play so one of his teammates could gain possession. The NBA did not recognize the blocked shot until 1973-1974 season, so Bill Russell's prowess here is largely lost to history. What has been fully chronicled in Bill Russell's will to win, as he led Boston NBA titles in 1957, 59, and every year of the 1960s, except for 1967. Okay, so read the rest of this article here from NBC News Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion, Boston Celtics legend, and all-time defensive great, dies. Okay, so he was 88 years old. Also, the Washington Post has a good article on Bill Russell as well. Where's that article here? New York Times has a huge article. It was too many pages for me to print out. New York Times, the obituary they had on him. So they have a huge article from the New York Times, but this one here is from the Washington Post. And I printed this one up. This was 5 pages. Bill Russell, basketball great who worked for civil rights, dies at 88. Okay, so check this article out as well from the Washington Post. All right, look, that's going to do it for us. Be sure to register for the online history classes that I teach on Saturdays and Sundays. We have classes coming up Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. because I was tied up this weekend at events and couldn't do the classes this weekend. So visit our website, our new website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. And also, you can support the African History Network, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, and also through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN Show. This helps us keep doing the research, stay on the air, keep broadcasting, pay some of the bills, etc. So when you register for the classes, when you support us, etc., buy the DVD lectures, that helps us to finance the research, finance the African History Network show and everything that we do. Okay, so we have the this is our official Cash App account, $ the AHN Show, SHOW. When you go to it, it says Michael and shows my picture there. These other ones here are fake African History Network Cash App accounts. And also, you can register for both of our online classes for $100. We have a bundle pack right now. That's over $300 value. You get both classes for $100. All right, we have to get out of here. Remember, at the African History Network, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world, because right now it's correct wrong behavior. Also, you can advertise with the African History Network. Email us at ahnshow@theafricanhistorynetwork.com, ahnshow@theafricanhistorynetwork.com. We have 3 new advertising packages I just put together this past Friday. And also, when you advertise with us with our top package, our platinum package, we'll also take out an ad on our Facebook fan page through Facebook. And we have 1 million followers on our Facebook fan page. We'll take out an ad to promote your business. And that will really help you because, just posting things on social media doesn't, because of how the algorithms work, the Facebook and other social media platforms reduce, generally speaking, how many people that you reach because they want you to take out ads. All right, right now it's correct wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever.